welcome. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be discussing pitches for Star Wars story movies, right? So I found this subreddit called Star Wars Speculation. I did make a post asking people if I can use the subreddit to create video ideas, and I'm going to be honest, no one replied. I'm going to take that as a yes. Title, Ben Solo. So post The Rise of Skywalker, but not super far. Let's say the First Order isn't fully defeated yet, but they're not really a part of the story either, so they're not nearly as big of a threat anymore. Rey's attempted to train a new generation of Jedi, but it's a lot more difficult than she expected. She's constantly worried about messing up and creating a new Kylo Ren situation. She's getting more and more stressed and feels as if she can't do it alone. She keeps on calling to the Force Ghosts, especially Ben Solo, for help, but for some reason they aren't responding. Then Luke shows up and directs her to a cave located nearby that's strong in the Force. She enters the cave and discovers that it's an entryway to the world between worlds. The entire movie follows her as she travels through to the different points in Ben Solo's life, learning the path to his fall and basically the entirety of his story. The story culminates in Exegol, where she meets Ben on his way to save her, begs him to come with her, begs him not to go to her aid because she can't rebuild the Jedi alone. Ben then reassures her that she can do it, and he knows that because he knows the kind of person she is. Ben basically tells her that her kindness, compassion and understanding make her the best person to take on this burden, and that she'll never be alone because even in death their dyad bond will always keep them connected, and she just needs to look inside herself to find him. She then sets him on the path towards saving her life, telling him that she needs him, which reassures him of his decision to go help her. After leaving Ben to go save her, she finally leaves the world between worlds cave, returning to her Jedi students with a newfound belief in herself and assurance that she'll never be alone in this massive undertaking, even if she's the only Jedi physically present, because Ben will always be part of her. Also, I forgot to mention, but I intend for Leia to show up when Rey loses hope within the world between worlds after seeing the tragedy and darkness of Ben's story. That end bit was just a side note. The Ordinary Critic posted, check out this discussion on potential Star Wars story movie pitches. I'm really impressed with the potential of these pitches. If Lucasfilm makes another A Star Wars story film, what would your pitch be? Describe the title, genre, time frame, and plot synopsis. Right, so we'll just go directly through. So let's see what some people have been saying. Title, Force Origins. Genre, adventure, with some Spielberg whimsy. So the time frame is before the Jedi. Before hyperdrives, massive freighter ships move slowly through a largely uncharted galaxy. A freighter in distress crashes on an unknown icy planet, Ilum. The stranded inhabitants begin to hear voices coming from beneath the ice. Kyber crystals are discovered, and it leads to the discovery of the light and the dark side of the Force. During this time, the crystals lead to major advancements in technology, hyperdrives and early battery pack style proto-sabers. I can imagine a Goonies-like adventure through the icy world of Ilum, with a backdrop of a growing conflict between the light and the dark side of the Force. So literally the creation of Star Wars as we know it. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I'd definitely watch that. Right, let me think about mine, right? There's literally just, that's the thing with Star Wars, there's no end to it, there's so much. Maybe, I mean, to be honest, I really want to see a film where it's like a Jango Fett legacy, so you get to see him going around hunting people, but it's told from Boba Fett's point of view, so he's repeating stories that he's heard from Jango Fett. I mean, it's about Boba Fett, but it's him talking about Jango Fett, and then later on in the film or the series, we see how he escapes. So this could be like him in a Sarlacc pit, reflecting on stuff, but briefly, you know, like when your life flashes before your eyes, it'll be like that, and then bang, it will snap into it, and then we get to see him come out of the Sarlacc pit, and then it snaps to the present and then shows him hunting and trying to get revenge on Luke Skywalker and how he escapes. So something like that's what I'd want to see. I just really want to see more Boba Fett and Jango Fett because they're really cool. I know we got the Mandalorian and that does scratch the itch, but yeah, I want to know more about what happened to Boba Fett. Just call it Fett. The Knights of the New Republic, 1,000 years after the Skywalker saga. Clean slate for Star Wars. Maybe Republic and Empire exist together in truce for a few hundred years, but the Emperor decides to restart the long-forgotten war, whoever the Emperor would be back then, or in the future. At this point, I guess Star Wars needs a clean slate to grow. Maybe 1,000 years we could see the first Force-sensitive droid. I'm not being funny, but that is I don't like that idea. Not to be rude, but it's fucking stupid. Vader, a Star Wars story. See, now, that would ruin Vader as a character, because the reason he's so cool is because you don't see him a lot. He's only got, like, in the original trilogy, he's only had 37 minutes and 15 seconds of screen time, which is why he's such a mysterious character. Even though we've had him as the main character as Anakin, he's still a mysterious character. So I think Vader, Star Wars story would. The whole saga is about him, so yeah, I don't think that's a good idea, but I'm gonna carry on reading. So the genre, adventure with hints of horror. That makes sense. Time frame, between Revenge of the Sith and Vader's appearance in Rebels, Jedi Fallen Order, etc. Okay, yeah, so it dashes in and out. Cool. A Jedi Padawan on the run from the clone army appears doomed to die before a group of rogue clones who had their inhibitor chips removed sweep them away and save them. I also like the idea of a bounty hunter who has a group of reprogrammed separatist droids saving the Padawan. Okay, maybe they are also part of the story story, who knows? That's the droids, okay. Fast forwards, and the Padawan is part of a small group of Order 66 survivors, led by an experienced Jedi Master, aware of Darth Vader's significance to the Empire, so that could be Luke Skywalker. They formulate a plan to draw him out and defeat him, underestimating his true power. Throughout their journey, they are hunted by the Empire's greatest soldiers, along with the Inquisitors. Ooh, spooky. And one by one, their Jedi survivors perish. When they survive long enough to gain Vader's attention, they soon realize that their plan from the start should have been to run from the Sith Lord, and the battle to restore the Jedi Order quickly becomes a battle to survive his wrath. Actually, yeah, no, see that actually, I take it back. That makes sense. It's called Vader, a Star Wars story, but it's not about Vader. It's about being on the run from him or trying to take him down, which, as we know, Luke Skywalker does in, well, if he didn't take him down, he brings him back in Return of the Jedi. So this actually makes a lot of sense, because it wouldn't be entirely focused on him, it'd be focused on another group. It's called Vader because he's the bad guy. Yeah, so if you know, I like that. So someone commented, I love it. Fallen Order has hints of this type of story, but I'd love to see a horror style adventure where Darth Vader is as menacing as he was in Rogue One. So that'd be pretty cool. If it's like a two-hour film, I'd say he should only be in it for 20 minutes to 30 minutes at a push, you know. Suppose he'd have to probably be in it more, but you don't want to ruin the character. Okay, let's read the next one. Master and Apprentice, decades before the Phantom Menace. With his new Sith apprentice in the young Sheev Palpatine, Darth Plagueis scours the galaxy in search for ancient Sith knowledge on how to cheat death. Plagueis and Sidious must face ancient evils and challenges along their way, all the while remaining undetected by the Jedi and the Republic. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I definitely think we'll see a bit of Plagueis maybe in the High Republic or something, because we've not actually seen him in anything ever, really, have we? But yeah, no, I think that would be an interesting film. A little young Emperor Palpatine. Someone's talking about they want to see how Mace Windu comes back. I think they are actually doing a series on him. Right, so here's a really good film idea. This is what I'm going to end the video with. Knights of Ren. How the Knights of Ren became. Because obviously, again, they're like a whole Captain Phasma and Boba Fett thing. They're a cool character that you don't get to see enough of. So I really think that they should do a movie on the Knights of Ren and how they came about. And not only how they came about, but what they done after they came about. You could make it a trilogy. It would have Kylo Ren in it, of course. You can make it into TV series, and obviously what would they be doing? Well, what do you think they'll be doing? They'll be hunting for Sith relics and Darth Vader's lightsaber and stuff like that, because that's what they collect. And maybe they'll pick up a few missions from Snoke or something, because I feel like they were so underused that they were just wasted. You saw them a little bit in the last film, but they just looked weak because they got all killed by Kylo Ren. Even when he was unarmed, they couldn't kill him. So yeah, I definitely feel like they was underused. But that's it. So leave a comment on any ideas that you have. If you did enjoy, then be sure to leave a like, so I know you did. Even comment saying that you did, and sub for